All right, so you're not sure if your prayers are going to be answered. You're not sure if you're saying your prayer the right way. So I want to help you out. I'm going to share with you 5 powerful ways to get your prayers answered. I'm going to start with the first way. The first way is to pray with clarity and intention. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're giving a vague prayer, you're going to get vague results. You got to be really specific. You got to be really heartfelt. You got to be really focused in what you're praying about, So instead of like saying, God, please bless my finances, what you can say is divine source or divine creator or, universe, God, I'm ready to receive stable, abundant income right now through aligned opportunities that honor my purpose. Guide me to the right people, to the right places, to the right circumstance. Help me to take actions to make this my reality. You see the language that I'm using? I'm being very specific. I'm being very focused with what I'm praying for, with what I'm asking for. And when you do this, when you say specific prayers like this, you're making it easy for divine creator, source, universe to really align the right circumstances for you. All right, 2. This is an important one. Align your belief system with your words. So if you notice what I was just saying before, if you speak your prayer, when you speak your prayer, you're speaking with an energy and force that matches your belief system. You're matching the fact that you have faith that your prayer is going to be answered. If you speak, let's say, with faith and you're holding doubt in your heart, guess what? It's not going to happen. How do you strengthen your prayer? How do you strengthen by strengthening your belief system? By visualizing, saying affirmations, and being self-aware of what you're praying for, of what you're asking for. So let's say, for instance, you're praying for a healthy, loving, amazing relationship. We all want that. And deep down, you're praying for that, but deep down, you're like, God, all the good guys are taken. This is not going to happen for me. I'm too old, or I'm not skinny enough, or I'm not good looking enough. So what you're going to do is you're going to shift that mindset. You're going to shift that energy, and you're going to say to yourself, you know what? I'm worthy of deep, long-lasting love that's going to last me a lifetime. I'm worthy of a monogamous relationship. These partners that I'm about to meet, I'm ready for them because they love me. I feel safe. I feel cherished, and I love them in return. And this is going to be amazing, long-lasting relationship. So when you're saying words specifically like that, you're setting the tone with your belief system, matching the words and belief system together. So it's not just about like having faith. You want to hold the energy, the vibration, so that both are matching together. And so this way, the energy that you're putting out there is aligning with what you're praying for. 3, this is number 3 is an important one. So when you're praying for something, that doesn't mean sit down and do nothing. So it's important to follow through with action. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for instance, you're praying for a job. Okay, job is not going to come to you. Like nobody's going to come and knock on your door. I mean, look, it's possible, but that's not exactly the way to do it. So if you're praying for a job and you want to have one, you need to take action. So like updating your resume, posting it on different websites, going through employment agency, that's taking action. That's helping you to follow through. You're saying in doing so, you're saying to the universe, I'm so ready for this. I want this job, so I'm going to be proactive on my end while you do yours on your end. And this really works. Another example would be like, let's say, divine creator, I haven't been feeling so good. And so I really want to improve my health. Or let's say you've been diagnosed with something, right? Not too nice. And you want to, and you say to divine creator, you know what? I'm ready. I'm ready for my health to be improved. So when you do that and you're praying for that and you're telling them exactly how you want to be, how you want your healthy body to function, you got to start doing things like taking a walk, changing your diet, drinking, higher pH water. Like those little things make a difference because you're aligning yourself through action. And that's important, so when you act, you're saying to the universe, I'm taking action, I'm showing my faith, and now it's up to you to fulfill and manifest the rest. So taking aligned action, really, really important. So here's step number 4. this is a tough one for some people because it requires you to let go of control. It requires you to release. It requires you to surrender. Surrender. It's so hard. I'm laughing. You know why? Because it really is challenging for people, especially if you're someone who has like, I don't want to say, I hate to use the word controlling, but if you're someone who always likes to have their hands on things, it can be really, really challenging. So you set the intention, but don't dictate the delivery. Don't dictate how things are going to happen. You know, you have to let the universe do its magic. You have to let the universe, because the universe is, we live, you know, divine creator universe is a very, 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 very highly intelligent system and place and being source. Right? They know exactly how to make things happen. So for example, you're praying, I pray to you, divine creator, I want to meet my soulmate. I want to be with my soulmate. And then you thinking like it's only going to happen through some kind of dating app. How do you know it's not going to happen, you know, walking down to the UPS box, you know, USPS box? How do you know it's not going to happen when you go to church or when you go to a party? Like, how do you know it's not going to happen when you're going to some kind of like event? You know, you have to trust. Oof, I was keeping my legs crossed for too long. You have to trust that divine creator knows exactly how to set the situation up. So trust that process. Don't try to control it, you know? Or for instance, like, here's another example that was just coming to mind as I'm saying to you. Like, let's say, for instance, you're looking for, you know, financial relief, and you're expecting that to come through like a job offer, or you're expecting that to come through like a bonus. You know, it may not happen that way. You know, maybe it happens through like an inheritance. Maybe it happens through, I hate to say it, but what if something happens, you know, you're in a, you get it, you fall, you know, you hurt your knees on the sidewalk and it happens through that means, that channel. It's really weird, but like things like that can happen. So what the whole point is, surrender to divine creator. Surrender all your energy, not all your energy, but you're all like, your ideas about the outcome to the divine creator, because in doing so, you're allowing more room for possibilities and miracles and other wonderful things to take place. Okay, step number 5, right? This is sometimes hard for people too. And admit it if it's you. I want to know in the comments, which step do you guys have trouble with? Keeping your energy really clean is super important when saying prayers, when asking, when, you know, trying to manifest something. It's really important to forgive, to be grateful, to bless yourself, to bless others, you know, because when you are harboring a sense of energy in terms of like unforgiveness, bitterness, hate, grudges, you know, or chronic negative thoughts, they act like blocks. I can't tell you, I've seen it. I'm scratching my head because I've seen it so many times, like people coming from, like, they're saying prayers, but they're still coming with that mindset of not forgiving people, complaining constantly, repeatedly saying negative things on a freaking daily basis. You got to let it go, you guys. I mean, seriously, you cannot attract, like what you put out, you're going to attract. If you keep thinking this way, you're just going to create more blocks for yourself. I've seen it in people that are looking to be financially successful. And that is one of the biggest downfalls, is that the other one is thinking that you're not worthy enough of having that kind of blessing in your life. So you need to come from a place of gratitude, forgiveness, knowing that you are worthy of what you're praying for, you know? And so for instance, let's say you want to pray for a new beginning, okay? But you keep replaying past people, places, things, situations in your past, in your head, repeatedly, on like auto dial. Once you consciously, you know, say, hey, you know what? I forgive who I was. I forgive the decisions that I made. I forgive the mistakes that I made. I no longer hold a grudge against myself for choosing that kind of a partner or for choosing to make that kind of a choice. You know, I forgive the other people who hurt me. You know what? They're growing just as much as I am. And so forgiving those people, blessing those people that were involved in your situation, that situation, giving thanks, really important, giving thanks for the lessons that you've learned, because remember, you guys, we learn through challenges. Like, nobody really learns through things coming easy to us. We learn through challenges. We learn through difficulties. We learn through shocks to the system. So when you are grateful for the lessons, when you are grateful for the experiences, you are opening up the door for things to come to you in a very quick way. It's like, be thankful. Be thankful for those experiences. Be thankful for getting up every morning and for being able to breathe and use your body and use your voice and, put makeup on your face or take that walk, or, even though you might not like your job or some people that you don't have it, that you work with at your job, be thankful for those people. Be thankful, because everything has come into alignment to bring you to where you are at that very moment. And in order to take the next step, you have to show that you've grown as a human being. Okay, so forgiveness, gratitude, you elevate your vibration, you elevate your frequency, you're elevating your mindset and doing so. And so it makes it so much easier for your prayer to become a reality. All right. So in closing, water those good thoughts, think good thoughts, feel good things. If you need to imagine something that happened in the past, or imagine something good now, or do something to make you happy as you're praying, then do it, because you need to elevate your energy, elevate your vibration, and just surrender to it, because once you do, the chances of that happening sooner than later is like 100. I'll see you guys all in the next video. You know where to find me if you're looking for a coaching session, Vedic astrology session, tarot session, psychic medium session, or if you want to learn how to manifest on a one-on-one basis, then reach out to me, DM me at AstroDevi333, or go to AstroDevi.com and book an intuitive coaching session. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.